Hi, I'm DJ Sixsmith. You're watching The Sit Down. Time to talk about a brand new movie, 21 Bridges. Adrian, Alperovich, Rachel Shame. Hey guys, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming in. All right, so the big Chadwick Boseman movie coming out on Friday. Let's talk about it because we've had directors, we've had filmmakers, we've had actors, but now we get to talk to the producers. So Rachel, let's start with you. What was it like putting it together?
Well, we came on board once the Russo brothers, obviously they're phenomenal producers and directors. They came on board to produce the movie and STX, and we saw the script. It was great. We came on board and loved it.
That's awesome. So Adrian, what goes down when you guys come into the picture? Like, what are the specific things you guys are focused on?
Well, for us as a company, we're always looking for great projects, great stories that we want to be part of, and great partners. So really, what Rachel just described in terms of Agbo and the Russo brothers and STX, who we'd been looking to make a movie with, and we were excited about Brian Kirk, the director, and the incredible cast that they were putting together, which, I mean, we had Chadwick, we were involved in the casting part of it as well. So that's really what we look for, and this story was the kind of thing that we really like, which is we call elevated genre. So it is a genre movie. It's a great action movie, but it's deeper and richer and well-rounded.
So what were you guys looking for specifically with the casting? Like, what was most important with it?
Actors who had a level of complexity to them, who could portray characters who are good and bad simultaneously. And we thought between Stephan James, obviously Chadwick, Sienna Miller, J.K. Simmons, Taylor Kitsch, we were completely blessed with a rich, through and through cast.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable cast. And like you said, like each of those people really shows their complexity. So how did you guys see the growth from when the movie first started to the finished product?
In terms of casting?
Just in terms, yeah. I mean, you're in the casting room, right, to see how everything goes down, and then you see the finished picture, right?
Yeah.
So what was it like kind of watching that evolution just the whole time?
It was really terrific, even just being on set for, popping in and out, and seeing Chadwick's process in particular, and just how committed he was to play this character. And he's also producer along with Logan Coles, so that was a really interesting interplay, just so that he could have the big picture, but also the moment-to-moment evolution of his character at the same time. Pretty fantastic to observe.
Yeah, so there's obviously a focus there, and you've been around a lot of great people in your careers. What were some specific things with Chadwick that really stood out to you guys?
I remember a meeting that we had that I was kind of amazed at how intensely focused he was on the story and his character. And he was there as producer and also as actor, but what he was advocating for something that we were kind of working on in the story, and it was just so interesting how kind of deep he went, and the kind of creative notes that he was putting into the story, which was a slight change to kind of how it started, but it ended up being really fascinating.
Yeah, as simple as just the accent to start with. Like, he nails this whole New York accent, right? But then it's kind of like what he's mentally working through. Like, people will find out with what happened with his family, what's going on with the police officers. Like, there's a lot more depth than just entering the character there. So I can totally hear what you guys are saying there.
Exactly.
That's really cool. So when you think about the movie, what were some of the challenges in putting this thing together?
There was it's an action-packed film.
A lot of action,
which it's propulsive, it's thrilling, and that also creates challenges just in how do you shoot that, who do you shoot it with, what's the production plan. So that was, I would say, one of the primary challenges. And I remember being on set at it may have been 3 or 4 in the morning.
I was going to say, you must have had some really early mornings given where you were shooting.
Yeah,
a lot of night shooting.
A lot of night shooting outdoors in the cold. But shutting down for the film Manhattan Bridge.
That's pretty cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
And so that was a pretty unique experience.
That's so. Adrian, any memories in particular that stand out to you?
Rachel and I are partners at MWM Studios, so we kind of cover different areas. So Rachel's the head of creative activity, and I'm the head of business. So I wasn't on set, and I work a lot with the companies together and forming the movie and funding the movie and all of the kind of operational stuff that goes behind it.
I gotcha.
So I wish I could have seen it, but I wasn't there.
But I mean, it turned out to be a pretty nice product. So from a business standpoint then, what were some of the challenges you guys faced?
Well, every movie's challenging.
Yeah, I mean, just funding movies today, like, I don't think people understand how difficult that can be, even if it's a major star like this. There's a lot in it.
It's a complicated thing to put together. We were working with STX, which has a model where they fund a lot of the movie from international partnerships that they have. So we were partnered with them, and then you kind of have a global view of the movie economically. So you have international partners that help fund it, and then we fund the domestic. They are the distributor. So we all work very closely, not just me, but several people in the company work with them on the marketing, distribution, all the things you think about for dating the movie and how your marketing efforts are going to be put together. And so they've been a great partner. We've really enjoyed it. We're excited as the movie's coming out. I think people are going to really dig the characters.
I think so.
Because they're not exactly what you expect.
No, and as the movie's
two-dimensional,
right,
it's way deeper than that.
As it's going on too, you're starting to question things as well. So
exactly.
I guess from a storyline standpoint, what do you want people to start to think like throughout the movie? Because it's like you have a lot of thoughts about police officers. You have a lot of thoughts about kind of which way to go on certain people. So what are some of the big thoughts to have?
I mean, it's an incredibly complex issue. I think we really would like people to walk away relating to all of the characters in the film and seeing that lines are blurred and that there isn't necessarily an extreme of good or bad.